Hi, my name is Noah Blevins, and I'm in NURB 361, which is our nursing research course, and this is our critical appraisal of a quantitative study. The study I chose is nursing students' attendance at learning activities in relation to attainment and passing courses, a prospective quantitative study. I chose this because we're in nursing school. It seemed really relevant, as attendance seems to be a big part of whether you pass the courses or not. So to answer question number one, what type of quantitative study was this? I believe that this was a correlational study, as it was looking at the relationship between attending non-mandatory lectures and classes and if the students passed the courses in the end. So to answer question number two, the intro was included. The problem is that there's not enough students that were passing nursing school, and it was causing a shortage of nurses in Sweden, and they are concerned that this will lead to a collapse in their society and in the economy, and that things just won't function like they should. So the purpose of this study was to see if there was any correlation between attendance in classes, in non-mandatory classes, and passing the course. The framework of the study wasn't exactly discussed. The objective is obviously the same as the purpose. They wanted to see if there was a relationship and how strong that relationship was. For their methods, they did identify the research design. There was no intervention. Their sample was 361 nursing students in between 4 classes. It was 2 courses and 2 sections of each course at a university in Sweden. Their methods of measurement was they had a sign-in sheet at every non-mandatory lecture, and it was optional for the students to sign it. And they collected those over the course of the semester, and then they also received their pass-fail status at the end of the semester from the professor of the university. For the results, the data was analyzed multiple ways based on age, sex, number of non-mandatory classes attended, and if they passed or failed the courses. The data was presented in tables. It was also narratively presented. They presented it very well. For their discussion, the study found that if you attended 75% or more of non-mandatory classes, you were 3 times as likely to pass the exams as if you attended a lower amount of classes. They did recognize their limitations, and those were that signing the attendance sheet was not mandatory, so even if you did show up to the non-mandatory lectures, you did not have to sign the attendance sheet. So students could have showed up, and they just didn't sign the sheet. They did conclude that there was a statistically significant relationship between showing up to non-mandatory lectures and passing the class. The implications for further nursing classes is that maybe they should make lectures mandatory, all lectures mandatory, some incentives, possibly something to improve their attendance. And they did recommend some possible interventions, things that you could research further to see if they would improve attendance. And to answer question number 3, the research problem and purpose, literature review, study framework, research objectives, the variables, the design. The design maybe wasn't really all stated that well. The population and sample, methods of measurements, collection of data, analysis of data, and discussion were all discussed. They were all included in the research study. And then for question number 4, if any parts were missing, not exactly, but some parts could have been clearer, like the design and the framework. They kind of touched over it, but I didn't feel as if it was pulled out and really discussed that well. So that's all the questions. Thank you.